So you guys are all friends. Eminem dropped his first album. I remember before the Slim Shady EP. It was kind of like more like a demo. But were you guys around during that time?
Was that Infinite, when he dropped Infinite?
Infinite, there we go.
I was sitting in a couple of those sessions doing ad libs and shit, acting like an MC and shit on one of the songs. He had a song called Who the fuck passed you?
Who the fuck passed you?
Yeah,
You the flow.
And we all were just still involved in all that shit, man. Like we were in the background, sitting in the studio sessions and all that, man. So yeah, we all were around on that. We all were around. We was pretty much there from damn near day one. You probably hear our voices on there somewhere in the background screaming or something. But yeah, you like, come here and make a bunch of noise and shit. So we just go in there wilding out, all type of shit. But yeah, we were around.
All right, well, Infinite came out, and I don't know what the impact was in Detroit, but it did make a huge impact nationwide. And it seems like Eminem's style back then, he kind of sounded a little more like AZ than what he ended up sounding like later.
Yeah, I'd agree. I would say that too. To me, that's what he sounded like at first. And, I think it was just, that was like the pinnacle of him being, polite and cool. Like, M was really like a straight up cool cat. But the frustration came out when he started getting the criticism. Right. About the Infinite shit, and it's kind of soft. If you sound like this person, sound like that person.
And also too, remember we had just formed D12, and basically, the whole thing with D12 is basically everybody have an alter ego. So basically, try to be a villain, to be the person, completely different from who you are. So that's when he took the name Slim Shady, and you know what I'm saying. So Slim Shady was basically his alter ego from Eminem. And bam, there you go. That's how Slim Shady was born, with the evilness.
So the Infinite project comes out. Does it make a huge impact? Were you guys involved in the making of the Slim Shady EP?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, when that was about to come out, when that was finished, were you guys like, all right, this is about to be really big, or was it just another project?
That project got a lot of recognition from everybody in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? He was performing songs off that joint. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere, and people would come to support. You know what I'm saying? Everybody now he put a stamp on the game. Bam! Everybody know he dope. Let's go check out Eminem. He about to perform this song and that song.
It was still at a local level yet.
Yeah.
But I think. I was there through a lot of it too. I think the changing point is basically when we met Wendy Day. You know what I'm saying? Because the album was out, it was doing cool, but we met Wendy Day, and we gave her the CD down at the Athenaeum Hotel downtown, and she hit Marshall back and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna do whatever I can to help you." You know what I'm saying? Succeed. I think you're dope. So then, she put him in that battle with which is ended up in the Rap Olympics. So that's basically at what we was all banking on, like the Rap Olympics. Like for him to go to California and represent Detroit and go down there. And then he took second place, which was even more, crazy. So then after that, he got invited to the radio station with Sway and Tech. And man, Dr. Dre heard him, and the rest is history, man.
And he was gonna quit too. He's like, man, I'm about to go out here to LA and do my thing, man.
Yeah, he said if he didn't win this battle, he was thinking about retiring, quitting. Because at that time Haley was already born, so he had a kid early, so he had a lot of responsibilities early. So
went out there and never came back.
So, but that was a serious conversation with you guys at the time. He was basically saying like, all right, if this Rap Olympics shit don't work, I'm gonna go get a regular job, and I'm just gonna go back to being Marshall.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely was one of those things that really could have gone either way, depending on a series of events. But he went out there, and then he got the deal with Dr. Dre.
Right.
Now, when he got the solo deal, were you guys at all included in that, or no?
Yeah, we still was around. I was like one of the first persons he called when he got signed. I was living in Texas. I was a security guard for a hospital. And he actually called me while I was on my post, like, yo, I just got signed at Dr. Dre. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? He was like, yeah, dog, Dr. Dre heard my demo. I just got signed, man. So I quit that day. You know what I'm saying? And flew out to LA. And, you know, so yeah, you know, we definitely was involved in all that. And then he was coming back and forth from LA to Detroit too.
Yeah.
And in the process, you know, I'm in the city, you know, in the studio doing shows with Bugs. Sometimes, you know, Biz and Bugs come and pick me up to do shows and stuff while he was doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? So it was crazy.
We was around through all that.
Yeah.
Okay, but Eminem's deal was a solo deal. It didn't include D12.
Nah.
Yeah. Straight up solo.
So you guys were still basically on your own at this point.
Oh,
yeah.
Still
And actually, that was the great thing about it, because, you know, we was making noise at home while he was in LA, you know, recording his album. So he was just hearing, you know, all type of stuff about us. Like, man, they blown up. So we had the city on lock, you know, just independent. I had an album called Attacking the Weirdos. You know, Von and Mr. Porter they were the brigade. You know what I'm saying? Swift was doing his thing. So at the end of the day, it was like, you know, not only was we just his boys, it made sense to sign us and you know what I'm saying, put us down, because, you know what I'm saying, we just didn't say, oh, he got signed, or he gonna put us on. We kept moving, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you guys got signed to Shady Records or Shady Aftermath?
Shady Records. Shady Interscope.
Yeah.
Okay, so why was it just Shady as opposed to Shady Aftermath? Because, for example, 50 Cent was Shady Aftermath.
You know, when he came back, he formulated his own label. And once he formulated his own label, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put y'all up under my label.
He did Shady Records for us. Like, this is for D12. This because I want to sign them and I want them under me. So he put us straight up on Shady Records, with nothing else. And that's how he wanted it. That's what we always talked about. It was part of our dream, like whoever gets on first to, you know, pull everybody else up and get them on too. And once he did it to the fullest. Like, he wanted, you know, complete control over, you know, what we can do. So that's what he took us and he straight up changed our lives with that deal. And, you know, that's something that we're grateful for to this day, because, you know, he didn't have to do it. He could have never looked back. You know, you with Dre. You ain't have to look back and get us. But he came back and kept his word, man. And you know, we've been pushing forward ever since.
So you guys get officially signed to Shady Records, and you guys start working on the D12 first album, Devil's Night. Okay, now at the time you guys started working on it, like, how much of the album was already done in terms of like random songs, you know, from various members?
We built all them songs from scratch, baby. Yeah. we started off with drums, instruments, bam. Next song, same way. We built that up from ground up.
We are writing a group studio. We, you know what I'm saying, we don't write at home really like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially not the first album. We kind of like just, you know, really raw, just in there feeling the beat, going off of pure instinct, and very competitive. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted their verse to be good and better than the next man. So, you know what I'm saying? We had that competitive spirit, man. So, man, it was a lot of fun, really.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Dre did 4 songs on the album. I mean, he either produced or co-produced 4 songs. Scott Storch. Yeah, it was either him by himself or Scott Storch and him. So what was it like being in the studio with Dr. Dre?
Oh man, it was fun, man.
Yeah, he you know, he made us feel at home. You know what I'm saying? He
first day he seen us, it was like, "What's up, D12?" You know what I'm saying?
You know who we are, man. Yeah. Fuck out of here. He was hype, man. But you know, first we were nervous as hell, man. We got in that studio, but he broke out the Henny. And once he got that Henny, I was like, yo, let's work.
The fried chicken.
He know when you need that Henny. He be like, man, I think you need a little bit of Henny in your system, man. Give him some Henny, and you know, to get your mind relaxed, so you can go ahead and do what you need to do.
I couldn't believe it. I still don't believe it. Like, man, Dre is behind the boards, and I'm out here rapping, man. I'm in here rapping on his track, and he's coaching me and telling me, yo, why don't you say it like this? Why don't you say, yo, you know what'd be dope? So it was like, damn, man, we in here with Dre. So it was dope, man. And he embraced us like, you know, like we were his artists, and you know, he really looked out. He tried as much as he could, but he couldn't make it. But we pretty much knew that it was a slim chance that he was gonna make it in the short time that we made this project. So we just kept moving, and it's us four on there.
A heterosexual man doesn't mind planting seeds of being gay in your mind, of himself, just in order to propel himself with popularity and money.
Do you know who does this?
In this society.
Do you know who else does this?
Who?
Daylight.
Ah,